Ladies and gentlemen, this is Vidcast review number 11, and we are reviewing the epic masterpiece, Monster Squad. This is our buddy here, Simon Wallace. Starred in the movie Summer School.
Indeed.
It's a little indie film we made.
Yeah, just you know, he was the lead star. He played Charles Winfield, I believe.
Yes, I think it was Winchester. I'm not sure. One of the things that we actually were talking about while the movie was rolling was the music in the movie. The actual soundtrack was limited to 2 songs, but the whole, the whole score itself was just absolutely wonderfully...
The soundscape.
The soundscape, yes, absolutely.
One of my favorite scores in a movie from Monster Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth.
I think that the acting for the kids was just, I think they all did a great job. I think beginning to end, there wasn't really a weak moment that you know how those where you kind of clinch up a little bit and feel a little bit embarrassed for, there wasn't any of that.
No.
Yeah, there wasn't any of that.
Even
it was all very natural.
Yeah,
Even though you do with some very unnatural.
Even when she
elements.
said shit,
When she
Don't
said,
be chicken shit.
Don't be chicken shit.
It's okay, you guys. He's friends with us. Come on, don't be chicken shit.
A couple of quick facts for everyone looking for said film. It's not on DVD yet, which is just a blasphemy. It was made in '87, right? That's what we figured out. It was '87. Released in '87. It's only on VHS, which makes it really hard to track down. It's also available on Laserdisc if you're into that sort of thing.
Or Japanese DVD.
Right,
it looks like a record, but there's a movie on there.
But there is a Japanese DVD bootleg that's available that you can get on eBay, and there's also a European one that was released.
And they just recently started doing shows down in Texas with a brand new
print.
stellar 35mm print, which, God, I hope turns into a DVD.
This was a movie that I didn't get to see until I was probably in my mid-teens, actually, for the first time. Yeah. Yeah, I think I was like 14 or 15 when I first saw this film.
Wow.
No, and I loved it just because of all the monsters. Like it was my first exposure to, like we were talking, the Universal monsters. You know, the original Dracula, the original Frankenstein, the original Wolfman. I never even saw Wolfman when I was a kid.
The generation before us grew up watching those movies on TV, and then they Decker made this movie, right?
Right. Yeah, Fred Decker.
Fred Decker made this movie.
Yeah, and he pretty much introduced all those characters to a younger audience.
Yeah, exactly. And which has been carrying on ever since, pretty much. I absolutely just love this film. I think all of us have a very nostalgic feel for this film. It holds a close place to our hearts.
I haven't watched this movie. I've seen clips, hanging out with Mike. I gotta watch clips, because he's always bringing it up.
It's a walking clip machine.
I don't think I've watched it since, mid-90s. Really, I haven't seen the whole movie. And it's so much funnier now.
Yeah.
It is so much funnier.
There's adult humor in it. There's so much. There's so many things
the
kids
cop
wouldn't say.
banter is better than most cop movies.
Yeah.
So nobody took the money. I would have heard them. Of course he would have. Stupid question. Would have heard them. Did you take him? No, sir. Just a shot. That's it, Dale. This case is too hard, man. Let's be firemen instead.
I'm glad you're getting major laughs out of this, Rich. The problem is, 2,000-year-old dead guys do not get up and walk away by themselves.
But Mike was the parents' relationship. As a kid, you watch it and you go, they're just fighting, It seems like just, my parents have some spats and stuff. But then you watch it, and in the last scene that they have inside the house, she's packed her bags. She's ready to go. Yeah. And it's like, holy shit,
The luggage is by the door.
Don't even notice that.
The luggage is by the door.
She was going to leave when Dracula flew away.
The movie's filled with really awesome subtleties. You got small little details, like for instance, the scary German guy.
Yeah.
When he closes the door to the kid's like, "Wow, you sure know a lot about monsters." And then he closes the door, and you realize he's got a tattoo on his arm from a concentration camp.
Real life monsters, human monsters.
Just like little subtleties like that, and it gives this slightly deeper level to a movie that could have just been some kid trash. Hold on, before we do anything, I want to do something a little different.
What?
Monster Squad trivia. Monster Squad trivia. 3 questions. 3 questions, and we're gonna give the audience some time to answer here. So first question is Andre Gower, the guy who plays Sean in the movie. First bit of trivia.
Kid.
Yeah, the main kid. Has he done any work recently? Question number 2.
I have no idea.
Scary German guy. Give me the name of one other movie that he stars in. And question number 3. This is the hardest one now. What is the name of the movie poster with the green vampire face in the clubhouse? What is the name of that movie?
That's a tough one. After this commercial break.
I was wondering.
After this commercial, yes. The answer after this commercial break.
Tonight's movie will continue in a moment.
Some dates excite you.
Hi.
Some dates thrill you, but a date with Samantha will kill you. From Wes Craven, director of Nightmare on Elm Street, comes Deadly Friend, rated R. Starts Friday, October 10th.
I'm moving my feet for a taste so neat. That yellow Pop-Tart taste. Pop, 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 my feet can't stop. Until they pop up nice and hot.
Because they taste so good.
I'm moving my feet to the Pop-Tart beat. Moving real fast, cause they sure won't last. Real fruit on the inside, great taste all around. Pop, pop, Pop-Tart. I'm moving my feet to the Pop-Tart beat. Because they taste so neat. Cherry Coca-Cola. It's a real thriller. Outrageous cherry chiller. The perfect cherry dash. Gives it extra flash. Drinking to the latest beat. Never heavy, not too sweet.
And now in diet. Try it.
Outrageous. Cherry Coke. Outrageous.
When I think about Monster Squad, I think about Wolfman's got nards.
Yes, that's the line.
Kick him in the nose! Kick him in the nose! He doesn't have nards! Do it! Do it! Wolfman's got nards!
That is the line that sticks with you. I mean, that might as well just be
My name.
Yeah, that and my name is Horace.
That, yeah, yes.
My name is Horace.
The rating PG-13, I think it's still actually applicable to this film. I mean,
Yes.
The only thing that's going to be probably a little more aversive is the fact that in such a hyper PC environment that we live in now, the random faggots and butt loves and homoing out comments.
Touching me, patting my shoulders and stuff.
I think I was fully homoing out. Well, you say faggot. What'd you say?
Okay, well, good luck, butt love.
I know you are, but what am I? Out.
Not to mention making silver
Good luck.
making silver bullets in a shop class.
In middle school.
Middle school.
Out of the family silver. The silver.
Right,
you know,
right, exactly.
Which is not even his family. It's,
No, he stole from
Sean.
He stole it from Sean.
family,
Yeah, that's right.
But like that's the thing, you know.
better.
Other than
Rudy.
those few
Rudy's
comments,
awesome.
I mean, those comments made sense for the time. You know, it's like watching Boss Nigger, and every other word in the movie is nigger.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it's gonna be there because like
Yeah.
that was the film they were making.
Yep.
He's boss. Fred Williamson is boss nigga.
Blow up Wolfman.
Yeah, they blow up Wolfman.
And
They
his
do.
body moves when it's still...
The hand, yeah.
Which they also
No, it's
did,
Wolfman.
but they also did the
Torso.
same thing in Little Monsters.
Which again, that answers the question of what happens to a werewolf
That's it.
if you don't shoot it with silver bullets, but you pulverize the body.
Yeah,
you know.
you destroy the actual physical entity that
They
is that.
blew him to shreds in this movie. They literally blew him to shreds.
damn
There were
near
shreds
vaporizes that.
of him
Well,
floating. Yeah.
I still love the police's logic. I'm gonna take 3 shots at a werewolf.
Yeah.
You can do anything. Wrestle him.
Okay.
Oh, let's get him. Let's get him.
If my firearm's not gonna work,
Yeah.
then maybe these are.
Maybe I'll just take off my neck.
Yeah, the guy that played Rudy, oh man,
Rudy.
he was awesome.
Rudy was excellent.
He pulled
Penny
that-
loafers.
He played it straight,
the
completely
tough,
straight.
the
whole
tough,
time.
nice guy. I mean, like he's actually like the kind of guy. For some reason, he favors these guys. He
Yeah.
favors the Monster Squad because he thinks that
The
they're
outsiders.
cool.
Yeah.
They're the outsiders, you know, and
Just like he.
and he's the loner. You know, he's the loner. And but the way they set him up with his jacket and then his penny loafers and his white socks and his rolled jeans
Like
and
his
his,
banana seed BMX bike.
Yeah.
he's totally
Oh, yeah.
tough. He's smoking and drinking in junior high alone. Nobody else is doing it with him, so there's
Yeah.
no peer pressure.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
He's doing it because he wants
just
to
'cause
do
of
it.
the-
And he's a voyeur too.
And he's a voyeur, which is why he joins the club.
Yeah.
You know, so
just
he can
to
get pictures.
just take pictures of the chick next door.
Yeah.
Wait. Am playing or what?
The fact that there's so much depth to so many of these characters, especially Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a character that like you come to like care about and love, and then when he dies in the end.
Well, dude, this it's funny because this is the one movie that, like, you know, I guess you could say like it's like a scary kind of horror monster movie thing. That like when it hit the end when I was younger, I would freaking like I just couldn't help it. The tears just streamed down my face.
Because there's a reason.
Because he's a simpleton and she's a child.
Because they have a
that simple, raw emotion of the purity of.
Well, you already feel bad for him because he's not
of trust between two.
Absolutely.
You know, because I think we lose that trust as we get older. We start to become more, suspicious of people and jaded.
Yeah.
But like we're talking about a 4-year-old girl and a reanimated corpse that really is just very simple.
They're vulnerable. They're both vulnerable.
Yes,
they're new to the world. They're new to the world, basically.
Yep.
And he thinks he's ugly. I love that scene where it's like show the mask. I think it's cool. It's like,
she accepts him completely without. I mean, like she doesn't understand that he's big and super strong and scary looking. She doesn't see that. She sees his actions, which are gentle and slow, and and they become friends.
Scary. This movie, you could say, was the first modern day horror movie that I saw that might have had some questionable content for a younger kid to see. And for me, that just thrilled the pants off of me. Like, I was just
right out of those pants.
I was just freaked out when I saw this movie at first. I was probably 7 years old.
Bust a nut, Michael?
It was scary. It is scary.
Shut up!
Michael's talking.
No.
Oh, sorry, Mike. Yeah.
Monster Squad.
It's taped off of HBO.
Taped on HBO. See, and here's the story behind that. My godfather taped this up. My godfather, of all people, taped this off of HBO and gave it to my dad and said the kids will love this movie. And of course I did. And of course I did. My dad thought differently, and I saw it once in its full entirety.
Before
when I was 7, and I never got to see it in its entirety after that until I was, in my teen years, because
that's not appropriate for Michael.
I just not appropriate. But it's funny looking back on that, of course. Now, I mean, it's a fantastic movie. It's definitely in my top 10. I got to give a huge shout out to like one of my favorite. I mean, this movie just does one of my favorite renditions of Dracula is Duncan Regar. Oh
Duncan,
man!
if you see this, man, give us a call.
It's fantastic, man. Yeah, if you ever see this, man, that was just brilliant. Like, I mean, what you did was you took the campiest version of Dracula,
red cape, black,
and you,
red, black.
Yeah, I mean, just the Bela Lugosi classic,
the stock Dracula,
and you just made it your own. You made it a real Dracula vampire character.
Give me the amulet, you bitch.
Yeah. Simon, you started. I want you to start it off.
All right, I'm gonna first say that what comes to mind is an 8.7 because it was made in '87. Am I wrong?
Started with the crazy decimals already.
Yeah,
7,
made
6,
in
8,
'87.
3, 5, 9, 3. Oh, sorry.
I just think that I think that I'll say 8.7, and I'll say that the reason that is because I feel like I have.
Round that up to a 9.
Oh, you can do that because I would give it a 9 if I wasn't going to be clever here. But I'm going to say that
funny.
If I didn't have nostalgia, the nostalgic marionette kind of thing, like working my mind, I think this movie still stands. It still stands as a great movie, and I will call it a great movie to show to my kids someday.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's not a 10 out of 10, but the only reason it's not is because I don't know what is in this category. So maybe it is. I don't know. I'm confusing myself. I'm going to give it an 8.7 just to be clever.
I'm going to give it a 9.3 just to even things out.
Just so the math will be easier. It's been
I got to do this in my head later. Basically all the same reasons. It's one of those films that I think that's what makes a great film in mine. It's rewatchability. But yeah, Monster Squad is the kind of movie that if I'm sitting around my house and I'm thinking to myself, what do I want to watch, and I can go through almost an entire library of what you and both my brother have, and not want to see another one. But Monster Squad is the kind of film I can put in and watch again.
Totally.
Yeah, you can go to bed to it any night. You can just fall asleep to it every night if you want.
For PJ Souls, totally.
Nice.
Halloween reference, but
even with the crazy the continuity errors and the editing, not so much editing mistakes,
historical,
the fact that you can see some of the effects, if you will. None of that shit bothers me in this particular film because I'm just so wrapped up in it. I dig it. I think it's a badass movie. I definitely want to show it to more and more people. And if they don't make a DVD soon, I'm going to start killing people. It's just the way it is. He's going to give it the lowest score of all of us, I guarantee.
I think a 2.
Dude.
Whoa.
You're gonna lose something tonight, buddy.
Snap. I probably put it at a 9 as well, but that's because I'm the special effects guy of the people, and there's a few moments that don't hold up, and that's just gonna happen with like older films. I am.
It's cool.
I will nitpick the hell out of it. Like the little rope that's on Dracula when he's dragged into the vortex, and there's the kind of cheesy animations and stuff, but like it'd be like a 9.583 for you.
That's a good number. That's a good number right there.
Like it's really high. It's just like those things. Like now, when I'm as an adult and watching it, I'm going like, oh, they could have just cropped that frame, or they could have, maybe it is just that maybe that it was cropped differently in the because we watched the full screen, and I've only seen clips of the full like the wide screen. Was it 235?
235.
Just magnificent
and
bars.
Freaking beautiful epic. That's why this is an epic.
You never.
We're at 9.2915. Yeah, that's what we're at. 9.2915.
Yeah, that's gonna change. 10. I give this movie just flat out.
Think about it.
Flat out 10. Like it's like I said, it's one of my absolute favorite movies. Like I said, it's inspired me as a filmmaker. As weird as that might sound to some people, a lot of people are inspired by Citizen Kane and all those other movies. It just comes down to it's a movie that I grew up watching, and it's been really important to me. It's always pushed the right buttons. It's pushed the right buttons ever since I first saw it, all the way till now. Like I just love it. I wish I could make a movie of this caliber. Like it's just fantastic. And like Lance said, it's like you have all the movies on your shelf, and you can't think of something to watch. This is the one that comes up because you can pop it in whenever. It's so.
This
good.
and Debbie Does Dallas.
That one's timeless.
There's a few fucking holograms. These holograms. I want to be a hologram. I want to do this. Shut up.
Do you think there are actually robots walking around?
No, we don't have the technology.
Alright, that's it. This thing is fucking done.
Lance, we're gonna kick you in the nards.
Why?
Lance has nards. That's why.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Kick him in the nards! Kick him in the nards! He doesn't have nards! Do it!
Lance has got nards.